Between the coming of the One and the end of the war,
Is it over?
Neo's presence within the Matrix sparked a new exodus of potentials.
Freeze it.
But because they were unable to stop Neo, the machines turned their attention to those within their grasp. Sentinels set a trap for one of our ships, and from the ship's mainframe, they extracted a list of potentials. The agents leveled their wrath on the helpless, and Neo was the only one who could stand against them.
Hello, welcome back to Matrix Path of Neo. I'm here with Walter again.
I'm here with
Yes.
Tim again.
Yeah. And as you can see, we are now at this part in the game. There are a couple of sections like this where you kind of have a few options of what you'd like to do in the Matrix City, all revolving around different people, and I love this kind of goofy flying section. That's pretty epic right there.
Yeah, man, it basically looks the same as in the movie, right? Where all the fucking cars flying around.
Yeah.
For every book in its place.
So most of this shit has nothing to do with anything in the movies. It's just kind of like, you know, I don't know where this is supposed to fit in the movies. But
These are just like the Matrix anthology chapters.
yeah, it's just kind of like the adventures of Neo. You have these people who are in the Matrix, and they have some sort of, like this lady is having some kind of...
she's getting the book prank.
Yeah, she's getting an encounter with the Matrix. She's encountered a glitch, and the agents are here to fucking murder her.
This book
Yeah, they can't let her witness it.
I started with this one because, for one thing, it was the first one I did the first time I played this game, so I figured why not. And also it's like pretty straightforward. You basically just like beat up these agents, and then there's another section where you shoot other people, and that's it. Some of these are more annoying than others. There's like an escort type thing, but it's not too bad. Then there's another one. We're only going to get to 2 of the 5 in this one. I'm hoping I can fit all 3 of them into the next one.
Man.
Because, yeah, each one, I would say, probably is like 10 to 20 minutes. Each of these little levels here. And we're going to have
more
another...
chunky than I expected.
Yeah. We're going to have another set of these right after these 5. There's going to be another section with, I think, 4 of them. I think one of them is, like, you help out Trinity. Another one is you get Morpheus. These ones are, like, just gathering, or, like, helping people and also, like, gathering members of the team to do something. Again, I don't really remember, like, how this is supposed to fit into the greater Matrix whatever. And I am fairly certain that none of this shit is, like, canon. Not that that really matters, but whatever.
I'm sure they're gonna have a reference to a book woman in Matrix 4.
I hope this woman's in Matrix 4.
This can't keep happening.
The book keeps coming back.
How am I gonna read all of this?
No.
Oh my god.
I love that rapid kick move. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's got some pretty strong legs.
Sometimes I find it's good to just fire off a couple shots at the agents. They dodge them, but it, like, makes them not be able to hit you for a minute so that you can, like, go to them.
That's strategy, baby.
Yeah, I'm kind of like a Matrix master at this point already.
Yeah,
So,
you might honestly be the one.
those are the kind of advanced strats that you get when you're like me and you've played through, like, 40% of a game. Whoa, I think that was the TF2, getting hurt.
That's like a Source Engine meat sounds.
Yeah, the, like, landing hard noise. I love
I love sound effects like that.
Yeah, I remember a long time ago when I first started playing TF2 was shortly after the movie Scott Pilgrim vs. the World came out. And there's a scene where he's getting beat up by a bunch of guys, and it is the, like, those, like, meat sounds from the Source engine. Like, those exact... It's the sound of, like... It's all the, like, blows landing sounds, so it sounds like when you know, like, shove a fucking, character into a wall in Gmod.
Yeah.
And they start freaking out. It was like that, and I was like, oh my god, it's this fucking sound.
There's a lot of that, too, with the heavy, like, minigun spin-up sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Is like a commonly used, like, forklift sound effects or something.
Yeah, I
hear that a lot.
I have also heard that sound in some stuff. It's pretty neat when you can identify sound cues like that.
Yeah, it's funny. Especially when they're from, like, some kind of, like, production software. Like, sometimes they'll have ones that are built in. Like, every now and then, only one that I ever really experience is, like, fucking, the text generators from Sony Vegas. Every now and then you'll see a video with Sony Vegas text, and you can just tell what it is instantly by, like, the default fonts and everything.
Yeah, there are some... It's mostly, like, documentaries and lower-budget movies where I can sometimes, tell which, title fonts and, like, stock transition effects in Premiere they're using. But it's not that often because most, like, big, like, major, and when I say major, I mean even, like, relatively small budget, but still, like, studio productions.
Just like anybody who's actually trying actually does something about it.
Yeah, someone with real money. They're usually done with, Final Cut, or, whatever the fuck the other one is, Avid? Or is Final Cut Avid? I forget.
I'm not sure, honestly.
Well, whatever. It's Final Cut and the other one that isn't Premiere. So yeah, this is shooting. There's not much going on. It's kind of a fun part. I mean, you know, the shooting and kicking and punching is fun in the game, and that's why they make you do a lot of it. So, before we get too deep in the video, I want to mention, I don't think I'll be talking over it, because I think it will be more entertaining just with the footage itself, but at the end, tacked on to the end of this video, is some footage of another game. So I've been fielding some games, some potential games that are quite short to do as, like, a supplementary LP to this game. Since I know that this isn't everyone's, like, favorite thing ever, I want to do something that I think more people will have fun with to go alongside it. Also because I've been averaging, like, one video of this a week, so I would like to have one other thing that I can put up. So most of them are, like, licensed games and shit, because that's what most people watch the channel for. And one of the ones that I wanted to do was Shrek Extra Large, the GameCube version of the Xbox Shrek 1 video game.
My
which
God.
I thought would be appropriate because I already did Shrek 2 on this channel, and the Shrek 1 game is even more shitty and janky, and you can also beat it in like 2 hours. And I remember playing it on the Xbox. The GameCube version is slightly different, but mostly the same. And I tried it on stream once, and I ran into a problem, and I'm not going to bother... Well, I guess I will in a minute, but... like, describing what it is. But I ran into a problem on the stream, and I thought that maybe if I, like, you know, just try again, maybe I could figure it out. But I could not. And it is basically during the very beginning of the game when you're, like, learning all your moves, there's just one particular part. It's where you're supposed to learn to burp on people to stun them. I think it's because it says you're supposed to press the R button slightly, and I can't, like, I might have to mess with
like you just don't actually have the pressure-sensitive controls set up?
Yeah, I guess I could try to set that up, but then I think it's deeper than that, because
Yeah, it's not like so much just setting it up, I suppose.
Well, I mean, not only that. I'm saying
okay,
I
go
think
on.
I think it might not just be that is the problem, because the other problem with it is that in order to get the like gas to stun people, you eat onions, and like once I can pick up the onions to fill up the gas meter, and then it'll go out and not do anything, and then I can't pick up any more onions after that. So I like
What the heck?
even if the sensitivity thing worked, I just like can't do it. So anyway, I tried that about 4 times, messing with different things in Dolphin, and couldn't seem to get it to work. And again, even if I fix the sensitivity thing, I don't know what to do about the onion shit. So if I want to do that game, if people are really itching to see me play that game, I don't have an Xbox. So I would either need to figure out...
Somebody's gonna need to buy Tim an Xbox.
Yeah, either buy me the GameCube version of the game and I can play it on my Wii, or I need to figure out how to emulate the original Xbox and then hope that I can find a ROM of Shrek that works.
You might have some luck if you like look up specifically issues people have had that with that game with Dolphin.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not giving up, but I thought that it would be funny for people to see the problem, and also just in case I never get to LP that game, I can just like show off how silly it looks.
So this is the footage that you have at the end of this video.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot that's what you're talking about. Oh my God.
That was the thing. I mean, I took a long time to explain it, but
It's okay.
yeah. So that's at the end. So hope you enjoy that. As you can imagine, I basically, this was like the 4th time I had tried it, so I just showed what the problem was, and then basically spent the rest of the time fucking around in the game. So you'll get a little bit of that. Because Shrek looks like fucked up in that game.
I'd love to see it.
I
really liked that the one option for a Matrix mission that you're about to do is a Skull's Lament.
Yeah, I don't remember what that one is. And,
Such a strange name.
And I don't really remember... I don't know what that means. I forget. But I guess I'll find out.
Neo gets to look at his own skull.
I hope I'm able to do the rest of these all in the next one, because I think I unintentionally left all the most annoying ones.
Oh no.
So, but I don't actually remember because I have garbage brain and can't remember anything that happened more than a week ago. That's not entirely true, but...
Neo has a really goofy looking running animation. I never noticed it until just now. Oh.
Yeah.
Like when you're running down the road there.
Yeah. So this is the healer. We need him for something.
Ooh.
You know what I think this is? I think, in terms of how this fits into the Matrix story, I think this is just saving people from the Matrix, because that's something that they refer to at the beginning of Matrix 2, is that, because there's a 6-month jump between the first and second movie, and there's a thing about, like, you know, we've saved thousands of people from the Matrix, like, we've red-pilled thousands of people. So I guess this is part of it, like helping people escape the Matrix is what we're doing. Because I guess going back through my mind, I guess that is what most of these missions in this section revolve around.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's nice to cover stuff that they just kind of glossed over in the movies, because it's just kind of the grunt work. But since this is a game, you get to be the grunt, and it's fun.
Yeah, grunt work is fun in a game because you get to do it.
Yeah.
You get to grunt.
We've got to move.
Anyway, wouldn't you know it, there are people who want to shoot at this guy, so you have to shoot them. And this is what I was referring to when I said there was an escort type mission, but the cool thing is that this guy just like stays out of trouble until you're done killing people.
Wow.
And isn't a fucking idiot, and later on he'll heal you. So, like...
Wow, that's like the fucking futuristic technology of the Matrix right there.
Yeah.
Having an escort NPC that's like actually capable of self-preservation whatsoever.
Yeah, look at that. He's still full health because he's just hiding.
I
until
didn't know
you're
they
done.
could do that. That's incredible.
Yeah, and then again later he can heal you if you get low on health during this mission. Then you just go up to him and kiss him, and he heals you fully instantly.
Neo, let me feel your lips.
Neo, touch me. I mean, that is what you do. You just go up to him and just, like, press against him, and then you're like, wow, I feel great!
Wow, you have really comforting skin. I am the healer. Moisture.
So, yeah, I don't really know what else to say about this. We could talk about some
that
other
one
shit.
wall is looking a little bit funky. Where is it going?
I think the powers that be didn't want me to go in there, so they blocked it off.
Uh-oh. I see.
The Matrix is just a metaphor for whatever's getting you down.
The man.
The man, your mom. That is probably what a lot of people thought The Matrix was about when they saw it. A lot of conservatives, the people who appropriated the image of the red pill to mean becoming a Trump supporter or whatever. It's so funny that conservatives have claimed that. I'm sure most people, I don't know if you have, but it's fairly popular at this point, but have you seen one of the Wachowskis? I think it might have been, I forget if it was Lily or Lana. I think it might have been Lana. On Twitter, there's an exchange where Elon Musk tweeted, take the red pill, referring to becoming conservative. But also, you know, I think he had like an image from The Matrix, and, you know, he's an epic computer man, so of course he likes The Matrix. And Ivanka Trump quote tweeted him saying, "Oh, I took the red pill," and one of the directors of the Matrix movies replied saying, "Fuck both of you."
I have seen that. I fucking love that.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's like one of my favorite exchanges.
I also, someone on Twitter made a really good point the other day, which was that it's kind of impressive that Matrix, as we talked about a little bit in the last video, the Matrix, the popularity of the Matrix was kind of hobbled in the mid-2000s because of because of its impact on pop culture. There was, I mean, the references and parodies and just like straight up rip-offs of the Matrix in the early 2000s were plentiful, and so people tired of it really quickly. And in general, especially coming off the heels of the 90s, the generation that gave us like the X-Files and a bunch of other and like Fight Club and a bunch of other like conspiracy-minded sort of pop culture, people, you know, that kind of thing started to seem like lame and trite, you know, doing the big brain like, ooh, I can see the code, I can see what's really going on type of thing. For one thing, it got co-opted by morons, and also it just like permeated pop culture at that time, and it kind of went away after a while. But another thing that kind of plagued The Matrix is that it was lumped in with a lot of other sort of late 90s, early 2000s culture for, like, gamers and, like, to put it bluntly, the school shooting crowd, you know? It was lumped in with stuff like Marilyn Manson and just video games writ large, of being like, this is what toxic males consume, and then they do violence. I think it's also because, like, the trench coat aesthetic of The Matrix caught on, and because of, like, Columbine, that became, like, associated with that kind of, like, you know, oh, I'm epic and I'm gonna do murder kind of figure that pop culture became aware of in the early 2000s. So all of this is to say, the tweet that I'm referring to made a good point that The Matrix got, you know, lumped in with all of this shit, and now, 20 years later, it has, like, aged like fine wine. Like, now people remember The Matrix fondly, and are, you know, reevaluating the sequels, and such, and, like, it's seen for the... I mean, because I think one of the main running themes of the Matrix series and of all the Wachowskis movies is love and human connection. It's corny, but I think they make it work. And I think more people see that, this isn't just some, epic edgelord, like, everything is, it's not, Joker meme shit. It's, like, actually thoughtful. The Wachowskis actually give a shit about what they're saying.
Yeah, like, if you actually look at beyond the surface level, there's more to it than, I guess, what people generally think.
Well, it just of what it gets lumped in with.
Yeah, there you go. That's the wording.
I mean, it's the same thing. It's the same feeling I have with X-Files, having watched that show last year. I watched through all of that, and I really, really liked that show. And I know you've seen X-Files, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, people, that also kind of got lumped in with, like, believing in government conspiracies is, like, for dumbos. And it's like, yeah, I mean, like, chemtrails and shit is dumb, but, like, the X-Files was so popular in the 90s because it was a very mainstream view and, like, objectively correct to be like, oh, the people in charge keep secrets from us and, like, very often do fucked up things. And X-Files just kind of takes it to a very supernatural extreme. On top of just being, like, a good, like, well, like, directed and, like, entertaining show. So that's another example of, like, a thing from that time where it's, like, I think it kind of unfairly got lumped in with all of the pop culture that it sort of spawned, and then people just kind of, like, dismiss it as, like... Because, I mean, the X-Files, like, theme is a meme now, right? Like, in all the, like, 9/11 conspiracy videos, it's all fucking... I love that when you pin a guy against a wall with the bullets.
I wasn't sure if I want to interrupt the X-Files thing
No,
for that. Just fucking hold him against the wall purely with the force of bullets for like 5 seconds straight.
Yeah, it was funny.
I don't think it's gonna last after that.
Oh, man. I think I was, like, chuckling when I was doing that. Also, I love that, kicking them in the air and shooting them.
Yeah, dude went
great.
up like 15 feet.
Great fun. This game really knows, like, what you want to be able to do in a Matrix game. And yeah, I love that this guy, like, bullets are flying all around him, but he just is in his little protective egg, and he doesn't get hurt. Anyway, I've been rambling for a long time. I apologize.
No, it's okay.
Well,
yeah, it seemed they did like a very good job for like making this satisfy all those fucking Matrix fantasies that you get just by watching the movie.
Yeah,
especially for like when this game was released, it seems like they worked within their limits pretty well.
Yeah, I mean this is 05 and by no means like a blockbuster game or anything. Like
yeah.
Even though it's based on a big media franchise, this was like kind of after The Matrix hit its peak of popularity. Anyway, the video's about to end soon. I've rambled through most of it. But
was the X-Files, like you're talking about that, was it really like that big of a part of like all the counterculture stuff that...
I don't know if it was necessarily a part of
concerned
counterculture, but it was a huge part of pop culture. Like, it was an extremely popular show.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about.
And, yeah. That fade out was cool.
I like fading. You gotta read the newspaper?
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, here's Shrek. I'm not gonna talk over this, but,
The fucking sound effects. Nice file names, by the way.
Yeah, Timbo and Peen. Anyway, hopefully I can get one more of these videos out before The Matrix 4 comes out, and then it'll be cool. Anyway, look at his face. Just before we go, look at this shit.
He looks like he has a good joke on his mind, and he's just itching to say it.
Yeah, and he runs really fucking fast, too.
Oh my goodness.
Like, you can just... Apparently this game was like a technical marvel, too, when it came out. Something about, like, the shading or how they render the shit or whatever was, like, a big fucking deal. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, what else would he want to pour all of your resources into?
Yeah, but this is me, like, racing through the tutorial section so I can get to the dumb shit later. Anyway, I said I wasn't going to talk over this, so enjoy the rest of this bullshit, and, I'll see you guys for more Matrix.
Thank you, I love you.
Great! Now try kicking him. Press the B. Well done! You can grab your enemies by pressing the X button. Try it. Good work. Okay, meet me in the fire pit. To fill your gas meter, eat some of those onions. Expel some gas by pressing the R button slightly. You can stun your enemies by expelling gas upon them. Try it out. You can stun your enemies by expelling gas upon them. Try it out. You can stun your enemies by expelling gas upon them. Try it out. You can stun your enemies by expelling gas upon them. Try it out. Enemies by expelling gas upon them. Try it out. Try it out. You can stun your enemies by expelling gas upon them. Try it out. You can stun your enemies by expelling gas upon them. Try it out. You can stun your enemies by expelling gas upon them. Try it out. You can stun your enemies by expelling gas upon them. Try it out. You can stun your enemies by expelling gas upon them.